on guys, welcome back to another Scrapping Irish video. So I'm here where I do my video editing and stuff, so I'm working on a video, but not the video you're going to watch now, working on a different video. But anyhow, for this video, what have I got in store for you? Well, I've got something that I picked up a while ago, and I always like to pick something different to see what's inside it. So what have I in here? Well, I picked up one of these, and as you can see, there's some switches on it. So it was part of a video surveillance system, and you were able to switch between cameras, I think, as far as I can gather. So you're able to think between the cameras. So I'm going to be stripping that out. But because I don't think there's going to be much in this really, now it may surprise me, I've decided to also strip out this. Again, so this is a not a VCR, but it's a video recording system, or DVR, digital video recorder. So again, this would kind of, because it's security related, I can put the two of these together and we can strip them out and we can see what is inside them. So first off guys, thanks as always for checking out one of my videos. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, why not consider subscribing, where you get to see more scrap out videos, gold recovery videos. I even do live streams on a Sunday, so if you want to join in and want to talk anything related to scrap or anything like that, check out my lives on a Sunday. And if you just want to watch some videos of me stripping out wire, talking about copper, seeing what copper I get for the year, that's probably what I'm going to be doing this year, seeing how much copper I can gather up. So it'll be a lot of micro scrapping, a lot of that sort of carry on for the year ahead. So and what I do with the chips, and what I do with the gold pins I pick up, what I do with the crystal oscillators, the MLCCs, the copper, the brass, the aluminium, all that sort of stuff. So if you're into scrapping and you want to see what I scrap out, chirp in with what you scrap out, talk about it on a Sunday night, join us on the lives. So instead of me chirping on now, why not you hit the thumbs up after the video, watch the whole video, then hit the thumbs up, and in the meantime, let's get to scrapping this out and seeing what we have. Right, so let's get a closer look at what we're taking apart. So as we can see from the back, we have a few screws. What do they call it? A video switch, Unit 15, Redfield Industrial Park, Church, Crookstham. So I presume that's in England somewhere by the sounds of it. So you have your play, your videos, all your video connectors in here. So all your cameras went in there. Now there's a few screws on this side, and that's where you could switch between, I presume, the camera setup. So, and then you had your probably record system and stuff like that on it. So first off, I suppose we'll take out the screws. What else is there to do? So let me have a look at which screwdriver will be best for this. Definitely not that one. So we'll just take out these screws. As I said, this first thing, I'm not expecting much in here. Maybe a bit of silver, maybe from the switches. We might get some lucky and get a bit of silver. So we'll put the screws to one side. Might get a board, maybe, might be a few IC chips, stuff like that on it, that might be worth taking to break down at some other stage. That screw just doesn't want to come out, but we'll persevere. There we go. And we have the few here on the back as well. I want it kind of rounded. I don't want to round it too much. We'll come back to them. Is there any more? I don't see any more. So this is going to be the issue now, because as you can see, we're going to have to find a different way of getting him out, because he's around it. There's always something to make life a bit harder. It'll be too easy. Well, what we might do is it might just pop out enough that we can break it out. So what I'm going to do is try and see if we can get a screwdriver in under there to get it out. Something I like already in under there is that little switch in there. Usually we'll find gold in there, that's nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera there while I remove that screw, because I'm going to need to remove that screw to get it out. So this is some of the things that can happen, and you guys that are breaking this stuff down, you know, sometimes a screw can be a torture. Okay, so I just pulled down the steel, screw is still in there, but it pulled through the other part. So a little bit of steel, and we'll get a look here, and we have some more screws that need to be removed. Now again, I think this was, looking at the date on the back, was 1991. Was it, or was that 1991? I forget which one of them has 1991 on it anyhow. And oh, let me move that so you can see what I'm doing. And we'll move the camera another bit down so you can see what I'm doing. So all I'm doing is just going to remove these screws along here, so we can get the board out. I'm going to have to take this little connector off the back as well, so the board can come out. It won't, well, actually it will. It'll probably pull up without doing that, but we'll see. So nothing major on this side of the board so far, except for that switch there that I can see, which is a nice little start, and the switch here. So we have two of them switches, so sometimes they can contain gold plated pins, or you might find little gold balls in there. So pull that lift out without me having to take that out. Am I missing any screws, anything under there? So we'll just see, can we pry this up, or do I need to take that out? I think I'm going to need to take something. Feels like it's been held in there, so it is being held in on this side. So I do need to remove this, so I just need to get a flathead screwdriver to take that out, so I'll do that next. Do I have a flathead here anywhere? I don't see one, so again I'll see if I have one here around me. If not, I'll have to go and locate one. Well, sometimes I do have screwdrivers just left around me, and there might be a flathead screwdriver among them. Of course, when you want one, you won't find it. So give me a second and we'll sort that problem out, won't we? So pause it again. Okay, so we have located a flathead screwdriver. So we'll remove this connector. Now, again, if I didn't find the flathead screwdriver, I would have just smashed it out, because when you're taking this apart, you're not too bothered. It's only because I'm doing a video on it that I'm taking a bit more time to have a look through it and see what's connected up and what's not connected up, and just to see what sort of setup is on it. So it's actually a fairly decent, I'd say back in the day it was a costly item, but at the moment, oh, we have it off there. So some nice gold pins in there, which is a little bonus again. And now we'll try and remove this. So again, we have some issues. I don't know what's holding it. It's beginning to annoy me, so we'll just smash it out. And that's all we're going to do. There we go. So that solved that problem. And we get, by doing that, we get some blood for a start. And we get some, if I can get that to focus, some little gold tipped pins. So we'll start with that anyhow. It's a start gold pins on this side. Board pretty basic on the other side. Let me zoom out a bit. So pretty basic board on this side. In under here will be hopefully gold pins. On the other side of the board we have some nice chips in sockets, so they can be popped out of the sockets. Let me see if we can do one there with the flathead screwdriver. Can we pop one out? There we go. So fairly easy to pop one of them chips out. So we've 2 more of them to be popped out. We have some nice gold pins, some nice more IC chips, more gold pins, crystal oscillator, another crystal oscillator over here, EEPROM chip by the looks of it. Does it pop out? We'll know in a second. Or is it? No, it's not an EEPROM. Or is it an EEPROM? It is an EEPROM. If I can get it to pop out. Actually, to save me all the time, let's see if there's anything worth popping it out for now. Is there a glass window? No. So we're not going to worry too much about it. We have a lot of these, what I like to call M&Ms. So I'll collect them up, the older ones, because sometimes you might be lucky and they'll have silver or platinum in them. So I do take them off the board, these older boards. And that's about it on that board. So not too bad of a board, because as I said, we have a few little items I'm going to take off at some stage when I'm doing the gold recovery, that I'll be taking off the board for future recovery. So I'd go with a mid to high on that board for me. Now what have we left with? So we have another board here which needs to come out. I see why the first board wasn't coming out. We needed to remove them little nuts there, and then we would have got it out. So I'm going to have to remove these risers. So they're going to have to come out first. So I'm going to have to get more tools. So I'm going to stop it there and we'll come back once I get a few little tools I need for that. Wasn't expecting this to have so many boards in it to make it so complicated, but sometimes that's what happens. Okay, so I've got my channel locks and we're going to just loosen these off, and that should hopefully we get them loose enough we can take them off by hand. So again, check to see if they're brass. Sometimes you can be lucky and they can be brass, and then you can throw them with your brass, and that'll add a bit more value from your waste, so you're not just looking for the e-waste. So I'm bring that up here so you can see what I'm doing. Just loosening them out. So I know already there'll be gold under there. So this will be a bit awkward. No, straight out. So we'll put that aside for a second. So let me zoom back out. Okay, so what can we see? Nothing major besides again the switch, and the these two here will have gold pins in them. Well, gold connectors. The pins would usually go in there, and then you'll have a gold receiver on the other side connector. Same here. So maybe I might be able to pull this off with the channel locks, and you'll be able to see what I'm on about. Yeah, there we go. So some nice gold plated pins there, so always remove them guys off and you'll find gold usually underneath them. Okay, so the other side, let's have a look. So again, this is where the switches are, so we can pop them switches off and hopefully we will find silver connectors in under there. Now again, we'll have to pop that off even further. I'm wondering if we grab the channel locks on it. Can we break one off? Not really, but you can't see any silver there, but usually there'll be a silver there we go. I think I can just about make out a silver contacts in there, very small little contact there, a silver contact on it. So a little bit of silver on them switches. Again, we have an EEPROM here, so we're going to remove the sticker off that and see if it's a glass one with a little glass window on it, and if it is, we'll see if it's any gold inside of it. Let me get my flathead screwdriver again. It's always nice when you can find one that has a little bit of gold in it. I'll pop them off, make it easier. Because it's so old, the sticker doesn't want to come off in one piece, so it's making life a little bit harder. Doesn't look like there's a glass window under it, and unless there's a glass window up here, we'll be able to look on this one. No glass window again on this one. So just put it in your, I put that in with my IC chips, and to be incinerated with my IC chips when I come to doing them. This was made by Philips, I think it was, by looking at the symbol. Yeah. So what else are we on here? Anything else that I want to see? Not really. We've got our crystal oscillator there, another Philips chip here. Under there again will be more of them switches. So let's pull one of these off and have a look and see if it's gold underneath it. If it's there we go. So broke it off, and that answers our question. There's the gold. So you can see all them that nice shiny gold pins, gold plated pins. So again, you can pull them off and put them in with your gold plated pins. Same with that. You've got your gold plated pins there, so just lift off them black covers, break them off, put them in a jar. When you go to treat your gold pins or sell them on eBay or sell them to refiners or whatever way you do it, that's what you need to do. You can also find inside of here sometimes a gold pin going down through the center of these. A lot of work getting them out. Depending on how far you want to micro scrap down something, you can decide to either do it or to leave it. It all depends on how far you really want to micro scrap something down. But that's up to you, isn't it? And I'm not going to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, because again, I'll probably micro scrap that right down. So what do we find inside that? We found some nice chips, some crystal oscillators, some gold pins, more gold pins than I thought I'd see on it, because again, every one of these gold pins here down through the centers, you can see them standing up here. They were connected in there, same here, so that means there had to be gold pins the following side to connect up with them. So not too bad actually, a lot more than I expected. And I said at the start of the video I was going to scrap out 2 items. Well, I lied. I'm only scrapping this one out. Sorry about that, guys. You're going to have to wait till the next video for that, because I've decided that this is long enough for one video, and rather than make it longer, we'll do a second video, and I get a second video out of it, and you don't have to sit through another 10 or 15 minutes of this video. You can just switch off now in a second after I say my goodbyes, of course. So as always, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And please do give a thumbs up, and check out some of my other videos, which will be probably showing up around here somewhere now. Subscribe button will be showing up somewhere in here. Until the next one, guys, thanks for watching, and keep on looking for that gold.